She's saying no, but
she's mad, but she still can't even stand.
She's so wobbly.
Sean Whaley is furious.
She's upset. But 100%.
Welcome in, everybody, to a brand new edition of Axe Kick Picks, episode 218. Today is February 25th, 2026, kid, and we got more snow. It's been terrible. We had 27 on Monday, Sunday, Monday, whatever, and then another 3 to 4 inches today. Yeah, so we got hit.
Yeah, apologies. I thought, our sharp Elvis is going to be joining us today. A little change of plans there, but, he's welcome anytime. We were just on the Dream Rager with him. Class act, that guy. Coach.
Yeah, coach. Got a great episode, though, for today. We'll recap UFC Houston. Ryan Garcia also dominant performance against Mario Barrios as well.
You're not covering, but you saw Raf? Raf's going on this weekend. That's your event. I mean, that's your promotion right there.
And you saw my boy Aljamain Sterling. He stepped in too. He's fighting on it. So yeah, it should be really fun. I don't.
I know Armin's on it. And obviously headlined by Cejudo and Faber. That should be fun.
Yeah, it should be good. It's in Tempe, Arizona. So yeah, that's going on this week. We also got UFC Never Stops. We got UFC Mexico City. That should be really interesting. They updated the security as well because a lot of shit's been going on in Mexico.
That's right. The whole cartel stuff. But also look at last time we were in Mexico. Pretty sure there was some violent fights breaking out in the crowd.
Yeah, so should be a wild one. I'm gonna lean on you next week because I probably won't be watching all of it.
I'm gonna be you. Literally, it says it under my name. I'm Dylan. Gonna be
Oh wow! Now we're good.
But I'm gonna be here for you while you're in Bulgaria covering Senshin 30, my boy.
Yes, sir. Cannot wait for that. And we got some news. We got a lot of fights announced as well. And we'll end it in Joey with 10 seconds left. But I do want to start. We talked about it last week, and I said, hey, it'd be no surprise if Sean Strickland won this fight. He won even as a bigger underdog in enemy territory in Australia. Yeah. Now he goes to Houston, and people booing him. They fucking cut his mic off. And he still goes out, and it was probably one of the best performances I've seen of Sean Strickland.
Since the Izzy fight. Yeah. The finish. The last time he had – well, he didn't get a finish with Izzy, but, that was a long time coming. You know what I mean? I didn't think he had it. I didn't really think he had it in him. I didn't. I saw unanimous
did not look good.
No, and maybe it's the pressure, the environment, and all that. But man, you saw a champion. You know what I mean? Be committed. That's what you got with Sean. And he just looked improved. Like you said, he actually had some force behind his shots. I mean, he goes on, but the stand and bang, and everyone say, oh, he teeps and jabs, but that style is hard. It's one of the best defensive styles in the thing. Look at the strike percentages he takes; it's very minimal, and now it looks like he could deliver a powerful punch. And like I said, he was always there for the middleweight title there at 185. I mean, he's a threat. He's always going to be. Yeah, he's going to be someone that if you get scheduled up against, you're not going to be that excited about because it's going to be a long day. So. Yeah,
you mentioned the teep kick. I don't see a lot of people be as consistent as him with the teep kicks, and they are effective.
Jab, bro, that's the two most effective weapons in all of combat sports, maybe striking game included, and just specifically because, like you said, if you could keep your opponent at the end of those jabs and the end of those teep kicks, they'll never get into you. And then when they do, he's good at clinching. He's good at his head movement. He's good at the way he throws his hands up and blocks. So yeah, Sean Strickland is just a tough cookie to crack. I mean. He's going to be.
He has to be next. It's not going to be the White House, but he has to verse Chimaev next.
I was going to say, I say he's going to be live with whoever's going to be there because now we're hearing that Chimaev might not be, but he's a problem because if you can't take Sean Strickland down, you're going to have to deal with all that, and it's definitely coming for over 5 rounds. He can go 6th round. They should implement that.
Yeah,
I think we need a little rejuvenation of the sport. What's up, Phil? It's like we need soccer kicks back in there, like the heavyweights juice. You know what I mean? We got to incorporate some different rule set or something to kind of reinvigorate the fights. Because I mean, he ended it with a bang, but honestly, the start of the card in Houston, no finishes. It kind of was a snoozer.
Do you believe he's next for Khamzat Chimaev?
Yeah, I said he's number 1 contender. and it would have been fluffy as well after the 8-9 fights, and he would have had his 10th win consecutively. You had to have granted to these two hot fighters here, but who's at the top of the heap? It's Sean Strickland, DDP, Hamzat, and what
Ritter.
Imavov?
Yeah, but Imavov's not going to get it after this win. A guy, you just beat a guy who hasn't lost since COVID. I don't think it's going to be at the White House, if I'm being honest, just the way things are going and how Sean is on. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be at the White House, but I do think he's next. I just want to see them lock the cage behind him and just let the boys fucking go at it. That's the fight.
It'll be nuts.
You know what was fucking nuts, to be honest? I never saw it coming, but I've slept on this guy, but Uros Medic, what a fucking left hook. And we say it time and time again, we are not in the business of retiring fighters, but man, it looked bad for Jeff Neal.
That chin, bro. And is it 3 consecutive knockout losses? Right? It's not.
You say these open claims acting like I know. You got to come with them. No, 2 in a row. He lost to Carlos Praches and Uros Medic.
Oof. Man, that the elbow. And then now this overhand. I mean, Medic, we always saw was legit, man. I've always liked the dude. Has none of his fights go to the judges, I'm pretty sure. Unless maybe it's something he's lost. He might have lost on the judge scorecards, but all his fights, he gets finishes. He has power. He does have submission. Yeah, man. Unfortunately for Neal, he's at the receiving end of a lot of these bad shots. I mean, this game does pass you quick. It's unforgiving. So, I mean, he's legit. I've seen a lot of movement in the rankings, and I mean, he deserves it. The doctor.
Man, my boy Costa at 145 is legit, and the first guy to TKO Haneke Dan Ige. You know who's in there when Costa's in there, and he is legit, man, at 145. I think he could be not next, but he's 1 or 2 fights away.
I agree. That was impressive. Like, who really puts Dan Ige away like that? He's the first. Nobody does. He's the first person to finish him.
And Diego Lopez couldn't even do it.
No, Mel Costa, man. I think we've all made a fan with him. I mean, he's got a great personality. He's a hell of a fighter. He's got finishing capability. I like everything we're seeing out of Costa, man. That was crazy. I had Ige. You look at the value, look at the level he fought, but it seems Mel Costa's ready to take on all challengers.
What'd you think of the Polar Bear and Ante D'Elia? I thought it could have went either way. I had Ante D'Elia, but Sergey Spivak.
I've been taking overs, man, in all these heavyweights fights, and this is the one I decide not to. And what does it do? It goes right back to going to the judges. So, I mean, the heavyweight division, like I mentioned, let them choose because these boys ain't bringing it. I think if Hoka doesn't get a win against Curtis Blades, not to jump into any news, but the division is looking very stagnant.
I think we need to have a conversation with Dan Hatley and Jacoby Smith. Great knockout. Got a couple in. Now, yes, Dan Hatley or Kevin Hatley, Kerry Hatley was
Definitely
late. He was late to get
in. It's your job to, as a fighter to continue it, but I think you may have the wherewithal to know when you don't know
he's out.
Those shots, especially in the position you were. He was out when you were a crucifix mount. Like, you could have just stood there like that, and I think that's a fight-ending sequence. You know what I mean? Like, what is bro doing if he can't show any signs of defensive maneuvering, getting out of? I think a fight can literally be ended if you put someone in a crucifix and just literally deal enough damage, or even if it's not, is if you've done a little bit of damage and you're just like, yo, like I could just do whatever I want here. I'm pretty sure you could have a verbal tap. There's plenty of ways that the fight could have ended before having to receive all those shots.
I don't want to put all of it on the ref because I am pro fighter, but Jacoby Smith needs some accountability. I would say it's 70-30 on the ref. The ref, that's your job. You need to protect Josiah Harrell, and he was late, and yes, he was a little firm after the fact, pushing him off a couple times, but that just can't happen, bro.
No, you can't. You got, like you said, it's unfortunate, but you got to be more aware. But at the end of the day, man, the fighters, man, they're trained to kill, man. It's
Jacoby
tough.
Smith 12-0.
Oklahoma State.
Undefeated. Yep, that's Daniel Cormier's boy. So undefeated.
Unfortunately for our boy Josiah Harrell, we backed him right coming out.
I did not,
but yeah, not in this one.
No, I could not back him.
The rest of the card, It was,
Michelle Pereira decision split.
I don't
Carlos
think he won.
Lee. Really?
Liao's fun, but I don't know. You could have gave it to Joe Kwan. I don't think it was a unanimous win. It was a split in my eyes.
Yeah, the rest of the card. Shout out Jocelyn Edwards.
Yep.
She's a beast.
I said it. I was like, they're going to be the only ones to get a finish on this card. I thought we were seeing decisions throughout the weekend, and the girls put on.
Yeah, 100%. So, yeah, no fight of the night. Jocelyn Edwards, she did get the 25K bonus. Performance of the night goes to Sean Strickland, Medic, Melky Costa, and Jacoby Smith. They get an extra 100K.
100K is crazy. Danny Ige, sorry, man.
Sorry, kid. You got knocked out. Ryan Garcia, man, he just dominated Mario Bautista. He wins unanimous decision to win the WBC
10 seconds
welterweight.
Dropped him. I bet for
No, it was 20. It was 23 seconds. He knocked him down.
I was like, no. I thought he could cruise to a decision without that, but as soon as you saw him knock him down, like I said, the clear power advantage was in display, full display for Ryan Garcia.
Oh, we hit the over 10.5 rounds, so we cashed that. But the speed for Ryan Garcia is just night and day. It was a nice bounce back fight, and it was a tough fight too. I know he made it look easier than most, but on paper, Mario Bautista is a good fighter. He was the champion. Barrios.
Yeah, and I know he came off the Pacquiao fight and the draw before then, but that was a good. You could have question marks about Ryan Garcia, but this was a good fight for him in his spot to get to the title, to be a champion, and now he's legit. Because if he didn't win this, I think there would have been, what do you do with a Ryan Garcia? Can you put him in these positions, in these big moment spots? But now, as the title holder, you have nothing but good matches for him next.
Do you like the call out with Shakur?
Yeah, that could happen easily. That's a great fight.
Shakur's dominating him.
I think Shakur is really skillful, man, and he's fast. So
yeah, and he had the backing of Terrence Crawford as well. Terrence Crawford was getting spicy in the back room, but yeah, it should be a really good fight if that one does flourish between Shakur and Ryan Garcia. But that was the weekend that was. Let's get into this week, but before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor, brought to each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, no matter what. It's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor our tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks to just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry in Bulgaria at Senchi 30. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with our Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at Axe Cake Pigs and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. UFC Mexico City. Headline by Brandon Moreno taking on the replacement Lauren Kavanaugh. Should be a good one. Chief support, Chito Vera taking on this kid in the bantamweight division is so good. David Martinez also got a good fight in the lightweight division. Daniel Zellhuber and King Green as well. So I'll let you start it off. Are you starting the first fight?
Yeah, you know it. Come on, now, let's be real. Right? So, yeah, I mean, I like it. Nobody above middleweight I'm seeing. That's great. At elevation, you don't want to have these fighters gassing, especially what we've been seeing at heavyweight, all the sluggish fights there. But, yeah, middleweight fight to kick it off. Wes Schultz. I think he's got away with some good wins. You know what I mean? Plus 220, the odds maker do favor Damian Piñas, minus 230. I think Piñas has going to have the power advantage. He's finishing all his fights. You know, I think everyone is at the grandma is looking at him going to get this knockout victory, but you know, I could take the chance to value here for David Piñas to win submission because the inside the distance chalked. Obviously, the knockout prop is chalked, so I could, you know, see him maybe, you know, jump something or a club and sub to get that value out of Piñas because he has a submission victory in the first round. Another play could be maybe, you know, a round one win, but I'm taking the flyer chance to start the card as a heavy favorite as he is with all that talent. Let's go with a submission victory. Piñas via submission is plus 950.
Ooh, interesting. I do think he's the right side. It's the curtain jerk. And, you know, I see a lot of people actually on Wes Schultz, and he's an exciting wrestler. comes forward a lot. I think the issue here is, he has the pass and he's been able to close the distance with his strikes. But sometimes he runs into issues on the backside and he gets picked apart. And with Damian Pinas, pause. He is the type of sniper where he could be in, get out, stay on the outside, and I just think he's going to be able to pick Wes Schultz apart. So I would say inside the distance, maybe TKO, but yeah, I'm going to go Damian Pinas. Pause.
Now let's move on to a featherweight matchup. I don't think another one who the opposite end of their luck streak in the UFC, Eric Silva hasn't looked too well. Like I said, Wes Schultz has gotten a couple wins, so maybe the odds indicate a little bit closer. But I think there's a big discrepancy here in terms of skill, just like in the prior fight. Because Francis Fire Marshall fighting out of Jersey, I think he's got all the ground ability. He does like testing his stand-up, maybe a little too much for our liking and the coach's liking, but he's pretty sure training out of Kurt Pellegrino's down the shore. I mean, great camp there, great grappling all around, and I think he's going to showcase that here. Eric Silva lacks in the grappling department, so get a little value out of a minus 600 and plus favorite. And Francis Fire Marshall, I'm going to take him with another submission. So back-to-back submissions for me to start the card, but his submission isn't as a long shot. It's only plus 110. You like that, right? You like Francis Fire Marshall, no?
I do like him, but he's burned me too many times.
He's burned you. Hey, It's in the name, my man. But let's go. I see a catch weight, right? Is that correct? They're doing a catch weight here because Regina Tyrant stepping in for what's her name? Fernandez? No. Nevertheless,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It's Montenegro, Sofia Montenegro, because the odds were some books still up there, but I'm like, you got Regina Tyrant in here. I think that it's play it smart. You got to go with Karasakate. She's minus 170. Probably going to have to combine it with the over 2.5 rounds. I think you're going to see an over fight here. She does push the pace, and there's just some volume with the striking, but it's all to not. The women's are going to go to the judges. So, yeah, I think the right side's the one who had the camp, was expecting a fight. Slight favorite, slight chalk, but combine it with the over rounds, over 2.5 rounds. That's my lean advice there for that women's fight.
Nothing for me, kid, until the main card.
I'm sorry for everyone. I'm sounding horrible, but we're trying to fight through it. It's a change of the season. And as we speak about the change of the season, man, I don't see how Javier Reyes is a favorite here. Minus 195 in this featherweight matchup against Douglas Silva de Andrade. Man, you've backed de Andrade a bunch of times, and man, getting value out of here at plus 205 for him, I think I got to take it. I'll be dog hunting. And if I'm going with the next fight after this and taking the dog, I think there's some value with Douglas Silva de Andrade. And like I said, speaking of this crazy dog here, Christian Quinones, right? I just look at the level of competition, and yeah, Chris Moutinho has looked bad in spots, but when he stepped away from the organization, he actually put some wins together, and the grappling seems to be the weakness for Quinones. So, I've been liking submissions. It's 25-1, I think, for Chris Moutinho for submission, but you got to just play it on the money line. Plus 500 and up odds for a Chris Moutinho victory is still great value. So now we're at the couple more fights before we get to the main card. I have a women's bantamweight matchup next. Macy Chiasson plus 155 taking on Eileen Perez on minus 155. Macy Chiasson, I can't figure her out. Every time I back her, she loses. If you fade her, she wins. Back and forth fighter. Perez, though, I mean, she could grind it out. She could find her way to victory on the judges' scorecards. My fear is that she could get a submission victory, maybe some ground and pound, but there's always a way for Perez to blow and Chiasson to win. So it's a very trepidatious fight, but I think you got to go with the twerk at the end of it. Give me Eileen Perez a twerk, minus 155 on the money line. And then another last middleweight fight matchup next. Jose Medina is plus 550 against Ryan Gandra at minus 570. I don't know how you can back Jose Medina anymore. I've taken him before, and it's been embarrassing having that pick and seeing the performances. So I like Ryan Gandra. I think KO/TKO is absolutely live. You can even go earlier under, but I'm going to just go anytime via KO/TKO for Ryan Gandra at plus 140. I think the knockout happens there. Now I think we're starting in the main card, right? Santiago Luna versus Angel Pacheco kicks us off from Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
And 135-pound matchup has Luna as a minus 490, 500 favorite against Pacheco at plus 500 and up. I think they're expecting Luna to get the inside the distance victory here. It's very chalky and it's favored. I think all his fights, like we've seen some other fighters on this card, end inside the distance, but I'm going value here to kick us off. Look at Andrew Pacheco on the other side. He's never been finished. And sometimes I got to go with the guy's toughness, and he's been in some spots where you thought he would get out of there, but he gritted it out, and I think he could do the same here. And surprise a Luna, who's very tactical, but not as athletic as you would think in a bantamweight fight. So, yeah, let's go with Luna via decision at plus 400. I think the fight is his, but maybe we can get some value if it goes to the judges. Nothing for you there?
No, I don't got anything till the co-main.
Oh, well, you're going to love my pick on this one because I don't have one. You got Kevin Borjas, the Peruvian, involved at plus 370.
You don't bet Peruvians.
Don't bet it. Emmanuel Rodriguez, I don't know what to make of him as a newcomer into the UFC. Laying this chalk on him either. I got no play either way. And like I said, I think the best bet is no bet. No official play for this fight for me.
Love it.
But I will get involved with the flyweight fight. I mean, Edgar Chairez looks to be a destroyer, man. I think you could play him inside the distance here. Felipe Bunez, I think he's tough, but sometimes toughness is the only description, isn't the best move. And yeah, give me Chairez inside this distance at minus 115 because I don't see this going to the judges. I think Bunez gets caught or he gets submitted at some point. Nothing for you on that?
No.
Well, let's make our way to the feature bout. Yeah, let's go to this lightweight matchup. Daniel Zellhuber is minus 430. He's taking on King Green at plus 450. I want to hear your opinion on it. What do you got?
I don't have much because I can't back King Green even at this price. And I was on Zellhuber last time, and look what he lost to Michael Johnson. So cannot touch this fight. Do not trust Daniel Zellhuber at this big of a price. He should win. With King Green and all of his experience, I think he could put it on him and maybe plus 3.5. So maybe he could win a round. But yeah, I don't want to touch this fight.
Wow. So we're playing it very soft this weekend, my boy. But let's see if we get involved in the co-main event.
For you?
Yeah, no, I mean the feature bout. Man, I'm worried about the chins. We saw Jeff Neal last week. You know, I think King Green looked good against what's that dude's name? Who I liked. What's his name? Horton Jr. or something like that. The guy he fought last. I gotta see this dude.
Who? Daniel Zellhuber?
No. Lance Gibson Jr. is that King Green fought last time out. I like Lance Gibson Jr. I think he's actually a good fighter. But, I mean, when are we going to see a finish from Daniel Zellhuber, right? Is it going to be now that against King Green, 40-plus years old, like you've seen a chin that's been caught a couple times? Man, I think it's now or never for Daniel Zellhuber. Golden Boy needs his knockout. So I'm going to go with the Golden Boy via KO, TKO at plus 160.
All right.
That's what I'm going to go with. And right into I think the Mexican fighters here in Mexico City are going to have their way. Like I went with Chairez, went with those Zellhuber. You know, unfortunately for Chito Vera, we all like him. Cool dude, great fighter. But David Martinez looks like an absolute killer. And maybe there's a big jump up in competition for him. But, I mean, David Martinez finishes fights, bro. And I just think there's just going to be too much coming Chito's way. So I guess people could say David Martinez could win on the judges' scorecards. But I'm going to go all in with the value pick for him to finish the fight inside the distance. And I see it's more leaning towards a knockout. But, that's the thing. Vera doesn't necessarily get knocked out, so a submission could happen. So that's why Dr. David Martinez inside the distance is plus 625, and that's my play.
Give me David Martinez via decision. I mean, he's your typical warrior. He's very forward pressuring. He brings a lot of power. He's technical, and he has a granite fucking jaw as well. So I think he's also a resident of Mexico City, so the elevation is normal for him. I think he has great IQ as well. I think he studied medicine at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. So brilliant fucking guy as well. So, he's only 2 fights deep into the UFC. So like you said, big step up in competition, but I don't trust Vera, 33 years old. He's 6 years older than him. And, once the fight begins, I just expect David Martinez to attack immediately. And, Chito Vera, he's going to use his footwork and maneuvering and try to stay the course and weather the storm.
His chin a little too much.
But, I got to go with the Mexican fighter here, fighting out of Mexico City. He has a great advantage in this fight, and I just think this is a great matchup for him. He's a favorite. I wanted to do a little same-game parlay, but it's just too chalky, so I'll take him via unanimous decision at minus 175.
Wow. Yeah. So I just had to, fade some of these prop bets, go where I'm seeing more value, though it may be a little less likely. I like the price we're getting. And the same goes for the main event here. Brandon Moreno is very chalk, man. I mean, any way you look at it, it's really not much value in that. So to me, in this main event, I'm looking at dog or bust. Loner Kavanaugh has nothing to lose. Playing with house money. And yeah, he lost his last fight, but I think the knockout is on the table here. I think he's gonna have some power. He's young, he's hungry. Brandon Moreno, we've seen him get caught a couple of times, right? Though he's not likely to get finished. I just see that these young guys at flyweight, look what's happening with Josh Fan. Look at all these guys coming in. You make a massive statement, stepping on a short nose. Kavanaugh could change his life with the win over Brandon Moreno in Mexico City. So yeah, I'm going to take the plus 185 value with the dog here. Man, this sport's crazy, man. Expect it when you least expect it. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, Kavanaugh's forte is striking, and he's gonna want to strike with Brandon Moreno, and I think in altitude, and I think Kavanaugh could win 2-3 rounds, and I think he could have some success. He has good pace. After a start of round 3, I just think it might be a sparring match, and I think Kavanaugh might surprise people here with, obviously he's the younger fighter, but he's quick, he has power. And he's arrived in Mexico early to try to deal with some of that elevation, but that's the only path I see for Kavanaugh. Whereas like Brandon Moreno, only 32, but he has 5 years more under his belt. And the wear on tear,
Adds up.
It does add up, but it only threatens if the guy is sharp and precise and powerful and fast, which Kavanaugh is, but I like Brandon Moreno here. I do think he's the right side. I just think Brandon Moreno, he's going to look to force Kavanaugh to move early in this fight. And Kavanaugh, he has to use his legs to evade. If he can't escape the pressure, then I just think Brandon Moreno is going to want to win this fight. So it opened up minus 175. I like the total. I see some 3.5s, 4.5s.
You're over.
Yeah, over. Tiny men competing in a large cage usually indicates an over, but altitude, that's a little variance here. Brandon Moreno has been training here for weeks. Kavanaugh hasn't, but I do think we'll see an over. So yeah, I like the over better, but I do think Brandon Moreno wins.
Yeah, my man. Then I'll do it for UFC Mexico City, man. I think it should be a better event. Yeah, the crowd can get riled because they can get those fans riled up, and we're seeing some big discrepancy on the odds here, and could indicate some fast, quick finishes. So
yeah, I got some fights to announce. Money Morcano, he's got a main event in Apex April 4th in the lightweight division against Chris Duncan.
Scotland, stand up, right?
Yeah, I don't like this fight for Morcano. Money.
No, Chris Duncan has got some finishing ability, man, and he's a dog, bro. So yeah, my money might be on Chris Duncan in that one, unfortunately for Morcano.
Got 2 fights announced for UFC 327 on April 11th. Big step up it for your boy Josh Hokett taking on Curtis Blades. Yeah. And we got the co-main event, chief support. Joshua Van will defend his flyweight title against Taisura Taira.
First title fight where 2 fighters born after the year 2000. And I think we can all say that Hokett wins, and we may have a little bit of life in 265. But, man, that's a tall task. Curtis Blades can wrestle, and he can strike.
Taisura Taira, do you like him?
I'm picking Josh Van. You already know my future's on Josh Van. I do like Taira, but I just don't think that he's going to be able to keep up with the hands of Josh Van.
What do you think the line is?
Josh Van, favorite, close, minus 140.
Taisura Taira, minus 170. Joshua Van, plus 145.
Oh, my God. I'm jumping on that line. And I'm jumping on the KO TKO for Josh Van.
Yeah, Taisura Taira via submission. UFC is returning first time in Winnipeg, April 18th, and the main event, Gilbert Durinho Burns taking on Mike Malott.
Insane main event. Like, that's just a slap in the face.
I love it.
I
love it.
I hope somebody pulls out.
Wow.
I'm dying over here.
Yeah, I see that. And we got an Apex main event. Sean Brady taking on Joaquin Buckley.
Okay. I might be rooting for Buckley, man. I don't know. It's just the entertainment value. You know what I mean? Like, Sean Brady, he
He's
doesn't
whack.
match it. If he could cut to 155, maybe, but
Maybe. And then we got just announcing the PFL co-main. Oh no, it's a lightweight main event Tuesday, April 16th at Belfast. Big news: Paul Hughes taking on JJ Wilson.
not light heavyweight, lightweight.
Lightweight. What'd I say?
Yeah.
Light heavyweight?
Yeah, I thought. Well, hey, I JJ Wilson's good, bro. Don't sleep
Yeah,
on
but
JJ Wilson now.
It's big news.
Yeah, we've been hearing this time and time again. I don't know. It might not be that much news.
I didn't think what was it on my bingo card in 2026? Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao 2. And it's at the Sphere in September. Oh my God, I'm watching that. I don't give a shit.
Didn't they announce Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson? Am I tripping?
That was rumored. This is actually confirmed by Netflix.
All right. I mean, hey, they got to make money somehow, I guess. And they're just putting on freak shows. So there's one just like we had Ronda and Gina. I mean,
Floyd Mayweather via massacre. Joe, 10 seconds left. What do you got?
Let's talk about our friends over at LFA 227. They have the Bantamweight Championship on the line. Rafael Do Nascimento is plus 145, taking on Shuya Kamikubo at minus 170. But we're going to go with the dog. We're going to go with Nascimento, who's been in these spots, 2 consecutive submission victories. You know I'm biased towards my grapplers, and submissions are live this weekend. So, yeah, I'll take the plus 145 in LFA. Do Nascimento. You're muted.
On a 10. No, I'm not. I'm not muted.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a 10-hour flight, so I'm about to go jump on that. Enjoy your week. Good luck on your fights and your picks. We'll be back next week to discuss it all, and we got a pay-per-view. Or no pay-per-view. We got a number card.
A little boxing. Yeah, the Zone this weekend. Matchroom's hosting Eduardo Nunez. El Sugier is taking on Emmanuel Navarrete, unify the IBF and WO World Featherweight title. So if you want to catch some boxing, it'll be on this weekend while you're away in Bulgaria. Ascension 30, man. It's going to be a fun Grand Prix. So fighters fighting in the same night, right? Over and over again.
Yep. 95 kilograms. Can't wait.
Hey, man, get some interviews. Have a good time, man. Get some good shots.
I appreciate it, boys. You enjoy your weekend. Good luck on your bets, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.